Eh? It is Amnesia time. We are continuing the playthrough of Spobby. I didn't even remember why I named him, but I guess we're playing a Spobby. Or Spobby. Okay, where did I leave off? Oh, already a cutscene.
You're conserving water from the spring.
Yes, it enables me to control the water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like for drinking?
Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Ah, like water mills.
Exactly.
Better not be anything in the water. Oh, come on. Ooh, fish. This isn't the ideal game for platforming. There we go. Go! Trust me, I'm good at video games. I know what I'm doing. Here we go. Oh, letter.
7th of August, 1839. There is no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic. I'm not surprised. Even while traveling across Europe, I assumed I would have to embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon, where he preferred to attempt his rituals. It turns out that Alexander is a true Renaissance man, paralleled only by Da Vinci, I'm sure. He showed me several rooms fitted for specific research, such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
Gee, I sure hope there's no creature in the water. There's a creature in the water, isn't there? Wizard now! Do I have my laudanum? Oi! I gently bumped into some steam, and now I'm barely conscious. That sounds good.
8th of August, 1839. I could never be certain until today that I was on the right path. Using my orb, Alexander managed to channel its power unto us. The inner sanctum flared with blue, fiery light, and I could feel the same things I felt in the dark chamber in Algeria. It was like standing in a mad whirlpool of impressions. It was terrifying, but Alexander kept calm and wielded strange tools of science in order to tame the storm. Suddenly, the blue light was stained by strains of red, and the walls burst with pulsating tissue resonating with the scene. Alexander quickly covered the orb in some cloth, and the unspeakable thing vanished. Apparently, the orb's shadow is closer than Alexander thought. He said I should prepare for a warding ritual tomorrow. I'm not sure what he expects, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Me too. There's no way this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. It worked. No way. Did I make a mistake?
9th of August, 1839. It is still early, and Alexander is busy preparing for the ritual later today. Seeing him this worked up makes me question why. What does he stand to gain? I realize he is curious about it all, but surely there must be more. Is he so foolish he will attempt to tame the power of the orb? I must admit that yesterday, when Alexander flooded the inner sanctum with blue light, I realized we had but graced the orb's true potential. This might turn out to be more than escaping a creeping shadow. It might be the beginning of something truly extraordinary.
Maybe not. Yes, there is. No, there isn't. Ouch, don't do that. Oh, you know what? Maybe the water's clear. Yeah, the water's clear, okay. But it stinks. No way this is gonna work. Every time I think it's not gonna work, it works. Ooh, Lord. That's a place you do not want to be in a horror game.
Do you see, Daniel? It has yielded.
What?
The shadow.
It has?
For now. Come, let's get this out of here so we can get some peace.
Yes, let's. Where to?
Rat.
Just down the corridor to the morgue.
Are there
She'll call
more
him Raphael.
dead men there?
You did well, Daniel. Come, let's get going.
What a lovely room I'm in.
What happened? Why are all these dead? Where am I? What's happening? Help! Anybody! Help!
I don't like it in here, so I'm gonna leave. Oh, come on, another cutscene.
3 days now. This is ridiculous. Why doesn't someone get to this room? Hey! Anybody! Am I all alone here? Help! Help! I'm so tired. If I sleep,
Spooky in here.
will I
Yeah.
wake from this nightmare? If not, I pray my Heavenly Father will take me in my sleep.
Ah. What is this?
I hear you breathing, Daniel. Do you hear me? Have you changed your mind?
The vaccine enabling my men to work in the fungi-ridden sewer is a definite success. Unfortunately, only a few servants have been remedied, and the procedure proved difficult. The others will perish, and eventually I will have to create more of them to keep my experiments running. Note that an injection of vaccinated blood will work as a shield long enough to pass the sewers without any risk of infection. It will do fine for prisoner transport. Ah, so I need to make a vaccine. Also, let me just hide this. I fear for Daniel, for he is reckless. He is tainted by the approaching shadow and will not be able to pass the gate. Will he be able to accept this in the end? My love, I've seen evil in him. How am I to trust him with the truth? What cruel irony that I have to do unto him what Agrippa did unto me. Oh, it's a party in here! What do you know? Missing texture? What are you doing here? The strange deaths among the servants and the prisoners have finally been resolved. It seemed that the drain sewer, which has recently been opened for use as a means of transport, is plagued by a peculiar poisonous fungi. The victims seem to have suffered extremely quick outbreak of sickness affecting the entire body. Some of my men, including myself, are blissfully spared by the calamity, but it is clear that this cripples my progress. The prisoners die quickly and their contaminated vitae lacks the energy I seek. I shall immediately start working on a vaccine. Okay, vaccine. Copper tube. Oh, I'm gonna have to do something with that, aren't I? Cannot penetrate the skull. Well, hammering? No? Ah. Oh, wonderful. Can't use the jar? Ah, tube. Now I can use the jar. Ah. Ew. I thought I had to like put it in the jar, but no, I have to. Okay, I can probably run. I can probably run. I should have went in the other room. Who is it? He sounds excited. Hello? Where's my sanity? Ah! Looking good. Wobbly because my sanity is really good, as you can see. Just gonna sneak out of here. I escaped the fiend. How's my sanity? Oh no! Ah. It appears I've fallen. Ooh, I'm doing great.
Dead.
Now I can breathe in the stank fumes without dying. Like a fun guy. Oh no! Okay, I can see. I think I put the pipe in.
What's happening? What are you doing? Let me go! Please, don't take me! Nobody ever returns!
I thought maybe the pipe would stop that from moving if I jammed it in there, but I guess not. This looks safe. What's going on here? No, my sound is so bad. It's so like. And what was that? Close this because I don't trust it. Oh. It stopped making noise, so I think I did the right thing. Yep, I did the right thing. Just gonna hide here. Of course it isn't, but... Now I can do it. Nice. I solved a puzzle. Oh, great. Film. That's not a very pleasant room.
Daniel, turn around this instant. You are carrying the shadow with you.
Buddy, how you doing? There's a lot of platinum. Oh, let's give him a hand. Hello? Is there really nothing in this room? Except for goop. Take this hand with me. Don't come in. Jesus! Oh, the goop hurts. Wow, that scared me. I'm trying to close the door on him! Oh god! If you could so kindly leave, that would be great. Oh, he did. Okay, cool. There he goes. Really, that new gun? He's after me. Oh god, climb the ladder faster. Okay, health is fine, sanity is really fine.
9th of August, 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
Daniel did a bad. Something tells me I'm gonna be using these stairs a lot, so I'm gonna light the way.
Agrippa, I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything. Alexander,
Yes.
soon I won't even be able to move, will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that. But will it be worth living?
Oh, there's a fella down here. Hello. Oh!
Help me. Who's the
There's a
street?
shovel. I can't help you. Now.
Please. Next to me. Thank you. You have my gratitude. My name is Agrippa. Who might you be? Daniel? Like the prophet thrown into the lion's den? Tell me, are you among the lions, Daniel?
Oh, that hurts.
You want to stop Alexander? Oh my. So, Babylon shall fall, you say? You've hurried too much. Alexander is toothless without an arm. He has one. That's not very promising at all. The sectum is basically impenetrable, but against my hole. It could be breached by another, but Alexander broke his, my oar, a long time ago. Really? Well, if you tell the truth, by all means, seek out the pieces of the broken oar and mend away. I believe he uses them for torture now. They practically leak madness, which is quite useful, I understand. There should be 6 of them. Look around the choir and the transept. You should be able to find them there.
You comfortable? Want me to get you anything?
Dad, I hate to bother you further, but if you're really going after Alexander, would you consider taking me with you? I know it sounds ridiculous. I mean, look at me. But if you find anything concerning a man named Johann Reich, would you please bring it to me? I believe he was working on a way to help me. A recipe for some sort of potion, a tonic, to free me from this husk of mine.
I got some meat.
I know this. I've been here already. I know this taste. The taste of Damascus rose obfuscating the truth in a dim haze. They may sweep the traces from my memory, but my body remembers. These cuts speak volumes, even though my mind remains silent. They will be back. They will be back.
Apple. They did not like that apple. Did I hear a creature? Yes, I did hear a creature. I think I'm fine something.
Just a little further.
It's like Orpheus descending into the underworld.
Are you hiding something?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Your intuition is remarkable.
I'm not sure I'm following.
It doesn't matter. It's just a myth after all.
12th of August, 1839. The banishment ritual is taking longer than expected, and we have to do what is needed. I spend my time helping out the prisoners. Being around these degenerates makes me ill. None of them even tries to face their punishment with any kind of dignity. They taunt me with their lies of innocence and their cowardly pleas of mercy. What can make a man fall so far from the grace of a civilized existence? They are all wicked men, and I remind myself of it constantly. Still, I am thankful for God sending these monsters our way, as they will serve as the instruments of my salvation. I try to study the different tools in the torture chamber and learn how to use them effectively. Last time was messy, and the effect suffered from my inexperience. When the next warding is to be performed, I shall be ready.
Bucket of tar, I'm gonna need that. something. All is lost. I must once again start over. Ever since I recovered the orb first found by Agrippa, I have depended on it for my research. The incident with Wilhelm made me most impetuous. Fearing the paucity of prisoners, I proceeded with a final ritual without proper foresight. The orb cracked and fell into 6 parts. I've tried everything. That's what the tar is for! But I've yet to mend the thing. Unless if I can think of a way to piece it together, I will have to find another. There is still life in the pieces. Even if the orb isn't restored, I might be able to salvage some of its power for some other purpose. Centuries have passed in vain, and I've begun to wonder if I'll ever be able to see my love again. How much longer can I sustain my life? I knew I was gonna need that tar. We're gonna stick the orb back together. Let's go the other way now. And yes, I do enjoy yeeting the objects. It's the best part about this game. That looks like death. It's probably where the orb goes. The Orb of Confusion!
Is this your time witnessing Daniel? If so, blame yourself. You started this. You sent me that letter asking for help, and this is how you repay me? How dare you!
I think I remember getting stuck on this part. So bear with me if I take a while.
These cells are meant to hold prisoners who are under treatment. The people you send for will end up here. Remember that the confinement itself works as a preamble to the torture, and you should pace yourself. Don't take anyone before they are ready.
Understood.
Sounds from the torture chambers are shuttled in through those pipes in the ceiling. Manage your victims well, and let one prisoner's pain instill terror in his cellmate.
I bet those open the doors.
Daddy, good to see you.
Yeah, me
What
again.
level? Oh, that one. So many of Alexander's things are breaking down. Look out! Maybe the other room. There are machine parts hidden all over this place. You'll find a way to fix it.
Really feel like I'm gonna find something in one of those tubes or pipes.
Ah, you again. Who, me? I'm Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. I
Take
was
the
once
bread.
quite important to you. Baron Alexander has sustained my soul in this dead heart for years. Who knows how many? Hundreds, I presume. Alexander is quite impressive in many ways, but he has grown impatient.
Chair. Oh,
Was there something else?
give me a hint.
Why me? I'm the next best thing. Alexander really wanted none other than Johann Reyer. You never heard of Johann Reyer? My God, boy. He's probably the greatest man in history. And you don't know him? Or is it the world who has forgotten him?
If I take too long, I'll look up what to do for for the viewer's sake. I wonder if it's gonna be a classic moment of there's no way this is gonna work, and then it works. Meat? the tar. Now I just need the actual thing. I made some progress. I got rid of the goop. Or the tar, as I meant. Okay, I think I'm gonna look up what to do because I don't want to waste time. Alrighty, I'm gonna take a BRB. I got it. You're not gonna believe this. I can't tell if I feel stupid or if this is just a weird thing in the game that a lot of people miss.
You again. Via was a brave man, and dared to proceed where I did not. He unearthed a number of carbon temples, and gathered a full collection of ores. But, unlike every other finder since the fall of the Israel faith, he was able to unshackle the heart with the ores.
Now I think
He used them, and was able to travel
listen to
far and wide,
go away.
beyond the world
Although I guess
itself.
you can't go away, you're kind of stuck. So I watched like a walkthrough and the guy was confused too, so I guess it isn't just me. That was a little weird of a puzzle. Yay!
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
There's the spider! Oh, I'm gonna get ya! Oh, there's a lot of spiders. Ah, they are invincible. Bone! So that's what you do with the meat. This place is pretty cool. Secrets?
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
Stairs are up.
This one, prepare him.
How about Mr. later? Wow, it's dark in here. Rat! Oh, this looks like a torture room. The kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted and her body followed. Her shoulders gave away to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated their next step. Great, that sounds not great, actually. The shard! Oh! Let me just take this shard. Oh, that's not good. The dude hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flooding from his belly, then saw between his legs had lodged itself into the hip and wouldn't move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. Jeez. Oh, my sanity looks pretty good. Yup, I'm... ... That's my sanity right now.
Let me go, you brute!
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man. It was an accident.
He set a man on fire.
Ew.
It wasn't my fault. Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Oh, a
Of
tinderbox.
course, we are dealing with monsters here.
No, please. Do anything. Whatever you want. Anything. Do anything. I'm innocent.
Well. Oh, I see something hidden. There it is. The arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered off the impaler. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They could make him forget again. Okay, let's see what's up these stairs. I bet it's lovely. Is it you, love, I miss the most? Or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I am a monster to them. A demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. There's the note! There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creatures can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem, but it will also hinder the effect I am after. The right steps to take are, therefore, to restrain while the victim is still dazed, proceed by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply, and continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greatest fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as if it would prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. This guy sucks! As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and stature of the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again later. Where taunts me? My goodness! Thank you. Thank you for the funny fart. Ware taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and he still insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such a lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Ware claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first, so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige. But how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism is a mere hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Ware told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and Tampter. The poisonous fungi should work as the paralyzer if I could find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile ground for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as a usual form of agonized human victims' blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Tampter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it is a property in the secretion in the water-dwelling Karen. I will address the address Ware with this, as he will have supplied me with a host. As a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. In court, the Order of the Black Eagle spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. Oh, it's nice and lit here. Ah, this is a fun little room.
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions.
Oh.
Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Take the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Take the man, cut the lines, take the man, cut the lines. Leave the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
Oh.
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both. The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
Maria's legs were tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turned the wheel slowly, but with intent, so the rope secured around his legs stretched and cracked the bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly and took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. Oh boy. Haha! See ya, sucker! The trader did not know what to think of the brass bowl as he was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of the fire began to scorch his skin and cook his flesh did he realize it was to be his tomb. His screams of pain echoed inside the brass chamber and traveled through the complex instrument, which was the bull's head. Outside, the men can hear the brazen bull bellow. Take my orb. There better not be any fella running about. Let's try to confuse him. Oh, I think it worked! The classic. Oh, hello. The forger stood absolutely still. The casket had been closed, but a faint light made its way inside. A myriad of spikes pointed at him, glittering as they waited for his body to slip just for a moment. His knee jerked and he felt the blood tip trickle down his leg. In pain, his head fell slightly forward. It took him a while to realize his eye had ruptured and began to leak. Ow! Ah! I got the last orb.
Dad, good to see you. Incredible. You found Vile's recipe. There might still be a chance. Listen carefully. Alexander is working on opening a gate, a door to another realm. It's where he wants to go. If you could put your anger aside, let him open the portal before you take your revenge. Let me pass the gate, Daniel. Please, find the ingredients and prepare the tonic Vile describes. And do so before you assemble the orb. The barrier keeping you from the inner sanctum will only be breached for a short time. Unless everything is taken care of before mending the orb, you won't be able to save me.
I'm gonna take a BRB because I gotta eat. So yeah, BRB. Alright, I'm back. Let me just, there we go. Ah yes, the bird is here too. Okay, so we gotta...
I see that all the orb pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you.
Gotta get a
But
grip
if you
on
could
him.
find it in your
I
heart,
think we remove his head and then he's okay. Little fella. Hey man. Oh, another little fella. I have a cat here too. There's a party. From the freaking bird. Sleep. Oh, I think that was on purpose. Hey, cat. I think that was a scripted shot. Yep. Hey, little fella. I remember this part.
You had me worried. Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to do with you. I hold no grudge against you, Daniel. We are so very much the same, you and I.
Oh, the classic
Did you
"we are
really
the same"
drink from the
speech
Amnesia
every
mixture?
villain gives.
It does explain so much of your behavior. You never did finish what you set out to do. You talked about redemption, how you would face the orb's shadow and save our work, and me. I will grant you another chance to redeem yourself. You can wait here and stop the shadow. Thank you, friend.
Chair. Door is locked. Ahem. Ah! Hello. Hello, bird. Oh! Goop. There is little left to say. I write solely to prevent myself from revisiting the memories of the last few days. If I am fortunate, I will fall asleep, and time will pass without effort. I have begun to wean myself of my prison. When I first arrived, it felt like I was being buried inside a tomb. But now I feel the closed walls comforting me. As long as I am in here, there is no pain. These walls protect me from the outside. I even laughed earlier, as one of my wardens dropped a key down the pipes. It gave me hope for a second, thinking I could escape. If only I could somehow reach it from here. In my dreams, Alexander, I am king. In my dreams, I best you and escape your clutches. And return with all the knights of the realm, carrying pistols and sabers in my dream. Pipe, there's a key? Oh. Oh, excuse me, sir. Appear to be naked. Let's cover that up. It's locked. Right. Inside the pipe. String! String and bone? There we go. Get my pipe back. Oh, I don't feel good. Oh, my head hurt. Stummy upset.
18th of August, 1839. Tonight, we will unlock the power of the orb and ultimately banish the shadow hunting me. I feel it closing in on me, and I fear for my life more than ever. Just outside Olstadt lays a small settlement where Zimmerman, a dairy farmer, lives with his wife and 3 children. We took the coach and went there. Our visit was unexpected, and Alexander was able to strike Zimmerman down without alerting the others. As he went to take care of the farmhands, I began to look for the children. We should have more than enough prisoners to finish the ritual now.
Well, this place has gotten awfully gooby. Oh, come on, all the lights I lit are gone. I guess that was a waste. Oh, this one's open now.
Daddy, I thought I lost you. The castle trembled and I could hear the chancel collapse. The laboratory might be accessible now. What are you doing? Time is running short.
Yeah. Give me a minute.
Now, pay attention. First, feed me the tripod. And then use the saw to remove my head.
Got you,
As
your
the tonic
Baja
begins to
has.
run, you'll be able to cut off my head without taking my life. Then, take my head and bring it with you as you enter the gate Alexander is opening in the inner sanctum. What do you mean? Why wouldn't you enter the gate? We can't argue now. You need to act.
Delicious.
Quickly, off with the head.
Looking good, buddy. Creature. Dubious little creature getting up to mischief. The creature is violent in nature, very yummy. Is it safe? Is it safe to go there? Look like it. Ah! Certainly not. Oh, a letter.
10th of August, 1839. I cannot believe what I have become. One of the girls escaped and I chased after her all the way upstairs. I hunted her down, and what is her life worth? How many lives can I take before I surrender my own? Sure, I would kill a murderer to save an innocent, but to kill an innocent to save myself? A cold-blooded murderer.
Damn. And he's coming quick. I better hide. It's probably safe now. Just don't look at him. I am having a oh, come on, you're going the way I need to go? Now we can go in. Hoo-hoo. Heading back now. It's good done. Wrapping it ourselves done. This is it. I think.
19th of August, 1839.
It's not fair. I'm not to blame. I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone.
Been duped.
That vile, conspiring man. He expects me to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination. Alexander, I will kill you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer. A monster.
You tell him, buddy.
I merely await my death. I am too weak to press on. I can hardly stand as my knees fail me. I cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I am as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
There, it's censored.
Nice and clear now.
Twitch can't do anything about it now.
The villain, good and evil. Such comforting concepts, but hardly applicable. Are you so blind that you see no good in me or evil in Agrippa?
So different, you and I. I'm a villain, I always say that.
As you gain... No! You killed us! You killed us
You
both!
imbecile! Okay, bye!
It was my greatest triumph.
I did it.
And I never looked back.
Look, I'm looking back. Daniel's a liar. He looked back.
You think I was afraid, fleeing Brennenburg? Huh. Quite the contrary. I knew it was my purgatory. Hellfire made to wash away my sins.
Here's I'm stuck here. My goodness, bro.
There's no denying the things I've done,
It's the exit.
but I have paid my tribute. I gave them that awful man. I did the right thing.
Hey, we did it! We beat Amnesia! Now what? I'll have to try to edit the video down to be uploaded for Halloween. Hopefully I have enough time. I do work, but I think I have enough time to upload this. Bird! I probably have enough time to upload it. Excuse me. Where are your manners? Don't get a bird. As I was saying, are you done? So yeah, I'll try to edit this down and upload it before Halloween. I probably have enough time. But yeah, that was... Can I skip this? Oh, I can! Skippable credits! What do you know? So yeah, Spoby's journey is over. That's why I named my guy, right? Spoby. That was Amnesia, The Dark Descent. It was a lot shorter than what I remember, but I enjoyed it. And I think that's all the spooky games I have time for, so I'll be back to my normal streaming routine thing. Yeah, I don't think I have enough time for Luigi's Mansion this year, so I'll probably do that next year. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.